In April of 2025, I took advantage of Amtrak's flash sale on their USA Rail Pass. 10 segments of rail travel for only $299. I ended up using 9 of those segments over 18 days, over 11,000 miles of travel. In this video, the first part of my adventure starts with my best friend joining me for the California Zephyr and the Southwest Chief. We started out at Sacramento Valley Station, where we boarded the Zephyr, headed to Chicago. An hour or so after leaving Sacramento, we started our climb into California Sierra Nevada. These views are amazing no matter what time of year you pass through. After a longish break in Reno, we spent the rest of the day passing through the northern Nevada desert. Nowhere near as stunning as the Sierra, but it does have its own beauty. A fresh air break in Salt Lake City broke up a reasonable first night's sleep. Not so bad trying to sleep in a seat next to someone we know. The view the next morning was pretty stellar. The coffee was hot, cafe breakfast wasn't bad, and it was just the beginning of another day of jaw-dropping scenery. One of the highlights of the Rocky Mountains is the Moffat Tunnel. Over 6 miles long, the tunnel takes 10 minutes to pass through. While in the tunnel, we passed through the Continental Divide. This is one of the few places I've been where it's obvious that the direction the water flows have changed. Before the tunnel, the rivers were flowing west. Now they're flowing east. Even though the break in Denver is a long one, we stayed on the platform. This train was not leaving without us. Just like in Salt Lake, our attempts at sleep the second night were interrupted by the fresh air break in Omaha. We did take advantage of this since we were already awake. The farm fields and small towns of the Midwest on our final day don't quite match the scenic beauty of the prior 2 days. It's still interesting to see what is a completely different world to many of us. The highlight of day 3 is, of course, crossing the Mississippi River at the Iowa-Illinois border. A few hours after the Mississippi, we'd arrived at Chicago's Union Station. After saying goodbye to our awesome car attendant Carl, we headed off to our hotel for our 24 hours in Chicago. It was only a few blocks to our hotel from the station, so we went ahead and walked it. It felt good after so many hours on the train. The next day we played tourist, checking out Millennium Park and walking along Lake Michigan. Soon enough, it was time to say goodbye to Chicago and head back to Union Station for segment number 2. Southwest Chief headed to Albuquerque, New Mexico. My friend was extremely kind about letting me have the window seat so I could get video on the whole trip. Best travel partner ever. They were both very nice the one time I got the nerve up to talk to them. I thought the Midwest wasn't supposed to be scenic. This time we didn't bother trying to sleep before the late night break. The next morning started the scenery the Southwest Chief is really known for. Always a highlight on any train trip. I spent a couple nights at my friend's place in Albuquerque before continuing on to Los Angeles by myself. One of the best parts of crossing the country in different latitudes is getting to see the topography change. The desert here is not the same as the northern Nevada desert we passed through on the Zephyr only a few days ago. The sunsets are equally impressive, though. Tonight's middle of the night break came in Flagstaff, Arizona. Just like Kansas City, I stayed awake for this one. Having the road to myself meant I could curl up in both seats. Best sleep of the whole trip. When I took off my sleep mask in the morning, we were already in California. Breakfast. I knew it wasn't going to make it home from Chicago. The Southwest Chief is often late, so I had planned a couple-hour layover in LA before my next train. Segment number 4 was the San Joaquins, known today as the Gold Runner. My trip began with a bus ride up to Bakersfield, where I would transfer to a train and go on to Stockton. I'll be back here in a week for the rest of my adventure. Returned to LA for the Sunset Limited to New Orleans, the Crescent to Virginia, Cardinal to Chicago, and then the Zephyr back to Sacramento. Well, almost back to Sacramento. That was a very interesting ride. Anyway, all of that is coming up in parts 2 and 3. Please make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss them. And if you enjoyed this, please hit that thumbs up button. And as always, thanks so much for watching.